Welcome to this tutorial of the main functions in Music. I'm going to explain the basic logic of the program so that you can start using it right away. The main idea of this program is that each geometrical object represents a sound generator. For instance, the cube here represents a percussion object, the pyramids represent synthesizers, this double pyramid represents a sampler, and the cylinders are audio objects. So, to start hearing some sound, all we need to do is to grab one with the mouse and move it horizontally into orbit. I'm gonna start with this one. Now, the size of the orbit corresponds to the length of the sequence or the pattern. Here, there's only one step, so it's always the same note. If I make it bigger, like this, we will have 4 steps, which will repeat endlessly. So I said this was a sampler, the orange one, and I'm gonna change it for a synthesizer. For every object, I can edit many parameters and effects in the same way, by dragging it horizontally or vertically. In this case, as I said, moving horizontally changes the steps of the sequence, like this, and moving vertically changes the volume of the object. As you can see, it will get bigger or smaller. In the same way, if I want to add some effects, for instance a delay, I will press the D key on my keyboard, D for delay, then grab the object and move it vertically for delay level and horizontally for delay time. I can do the same thing with the filter, pressing the F key for filter, and then I have either a low-pass filter with resonance or a high-pass filter. In the same way, I can add reverb using the R key. Or a bit crusher using the B key. This will produce a lo-fi kind of sound. And you will see that the shape of the object always represents these transformations. Now, I can use the E key to edit some basic parameters, which are pan, left, right, and octave. Some very low notes or high notes. And finally, I can use the timing key, the T, to push the tempo or the figure. Now, as you can see, I can get farther away or closer, and I can change the point of view. And if I want to recenter, I press the C key. Now, the second step is to go inside the objects by double-clicking on them. Here, I'm in the sequencer page. If I want to go back to the main view, I can double-click on this little representation of my universe. In the sequencer page, we can see and edit each note that the object will play, always in reference to the main scale, that is set, in this case randomly, to a G Dorian. In this case, the sequence has 5 steps, which I can change easily, and I'm gonna set it to 4. So, the numbers represent intervals within the key. And if I grab them and I drag horizontally, I can change these intervals. I can also drag them vertically to change the volume of each step, or even create silences. I can also edit the note numbers by using this graphic editor. or the keys on my keyboard. Now, if I want, I can go even deeper and get inside the sound generator by double-clicking on the object. So, as I said, this is a synthesizer object, a pyramid, and I can choose from different types of shapes by simply clicking on them. And I can also edit the envelope, which is the shape of the amplitude of the sound. Now, if I want this synthesizer to turn into a sampler, for instance, all I need to do is to click here on the other shape. Now I have 8 preset samples that I can choose from. Or I can drop my own file to use as a sample. The same thing if I want to change for a cube or a cylinder. Now, before we finish, I'm going to go back to the main screen and show you some global commands. The first one is a spacebar, which you can use to pause all playback or resume it. If you have more than one object, let's say I'm going to add a sampler and a synthesizer, and you want to make them all go faster or slower, you can change the speed of the whole universe by dragging, in this case, the blue sphere horizontally to the right or to the left. Also, you can change the global volume by moving vertically. And the last thing, which I haven't talked about, are the spheres. Each sphere represents a different universe, which is a constellation of sounds, sequences, effects, parameters. And you can change from one to another by double-clicking on them. So this is it. These are the main functions. It should be enough to start playing and creating and experimenting. And if you want to go deeper, you can always turn on the guide by pressing the G key or access the help screen by pressing the H key.